Grandpa Nooby reporting for duty, and I don't know what to call this episode. Is it What Were They Thinking? Or is it just The Road to Dark Matter for the HDR? Which is what I think I'll call it, but in the back of my mind I'm wondering, what were they thinking? And you'll get an understanding as to why I'm saying that as we move along. Now, the HDR right out of the box, the ADS speed, aim down sight speed, is more than 500 milliseconds. So when you first get the thing, you're going to feel like every time you aim at an enemy, you're trying to aim a 750-pound barbell instead of a weapon. It goes really, really slow. But as you rank it up, I would recommend ranking it up right away while we have the double XP event going on, or using your double XP weapon tokens, your double weapon token, whatever it is. Use that, rank the thing up, because you need to have attachments on this to get any semblance of a good sniper rifle. Once I got the attachments on, though, I was pretty happy with this weapon. It is not for the faint of heart. It is not the weapon you're going to use to learn to snipe with. But enough of that. Let's get into the configuration and let's get into the shooting. Now, Grandpa's moved himself up into the left so that you can actually see the configuration. And here are the composite numbers. The fire rate with rapid fire is a mere weaky 36 rounds per minute, around 0.6, 0.7 rounds per second, meaning it takes more than a second to rechamber and get the weapon up and ready to fire. The gun kick is pretty good at 8.68 degrees per second, which I normally don't worry so much about gun kick or horizontal or vertical recoil of the sniper rifle, because I center the shot right away, or I'm quick scoping on the next guy or whatever. I don't worry about it. The movement speed is decent. It's the same as the Frost line, and you're going to see that I'm going to compare the two because the weapons are very, very similar. The aim down sight speed is at 445 milliseconds, and that is a vast improvement over the factory settings. When it comes right out of the box, you clean the cosmoline off of it and you get it ready to fight. So how did I do that? Well, first of all, you'll notice that there is an optic, a thermal. The reason for that, I played a lot of stakeout. I tend to do that when I'm going for dark matter for a weapon, and people were throwing smoke everywhere. Every game, smokes were out, and you got to realize that you're hurting your own team sometimes when you're throwing out smokes. It's kind of a narcissistic thing to do unless you've coordinated with your teammates. The compensator helps with the recoil, vertical foregrip, fast mag 2. It only gives me 4 rounds, but it significantly helped with the aim down sight speed, as does the quick draw grip, heavy stock. I added that thing in because you're flinching. You're looking at Mars every time somebody puts a round in you, and it's very difficult to get the weapon back down on the enemy. So the heavy stock itself gives you about 150% better flinch resistance. Street lock laser, I use that on all my snipers because it helps me when I'm quick scoping to get the round off earlier. And rapid fire is a must. You tend to get it at the end of ranking up this weapon. It is a must because though it only adds 4%, goes from 34 to 36 rounds per minute, I feel like I noticed it. At least I felt better about it. I've grown used to DLC weapons being added for a specific purpose. It does something better than everything else. It does something different from everything else. This HDR to me is a lot like the LW3A1 Frost line. In fact, let's take a look at the numbers and compare them with each other. And these numbers are in my favorite configuration for each of the weapons. The HDR, it falls short in damage. In fact, just below the top of the chest, it's going to be a 2-shot kill, and to the elbows. Whereas the Frost line in green, you see there the green outline, it is a 1-shot kill all the way to the bottom of the hands and to the waist. So that's a significant difference there. But even more important than that for me is firepower. That's the fire rate. The fire rate for the Frost line is significantly better than the HDR. The Frost line shoots with rapid fire about 1 round per second, and the HDR with rapid fire shoots at about 0.6 rounds per second. So that is a significant difference. When you look at the gun kick, not as important to me as a sniper. The HDR wins. It wins with flinch resistance, but then I do have heavy stock added because the flinch was terrible with it. The sprint to fire speed is significantly better for the HDR. If you're running around with a sniper, jumping around, sliding, the HDR is okay. But I go back to the fire rate. There were many times during the matches where I thought I had chambered another round. I had the person dead, the second guy, maybe the third guy, dead in my sights. I pull the trigger and nothing happens because the round has not completed rechambering. Now in yellow, you'll see to the left, the HDR, it has a longer damage. So I got to thinking, well, what is the purpose of the HDR? Because the frost line, you fire faster, aim down sight speed is much faster. The only area that the HDR really outperforms is in the damage at effective range. It's significantly further than the frost line. So maybe this weapon was designed for Warzone, but certainly multiplayer, the frost line would seem to be, if all you want to do is get your kills, the better weapon, because you don't have to be as accurate. You rechamber faster so that you can get the bullet out there, and you can aim down sight quicker for the quick scopes. Now, having said all that, I had a great time with the HDR. I thought it's a little more difficult to use. It is not an introductory weapon for learning how to snipe, that is for sure, but it's a lot of fun to use because you have to be accurate. I tend to shoot high with my snipers anyway, so the one-shot kill zone, the GAC with one bullet, you're going to have to be accurate with it. So it's going to be a bit more difficult to get to dark matter than the frost line was, but it's certainly not impossible. So to me, I'm going to keep it as a permanent class simply because it is a fun weapon to use. Now, if I'm going out with my team, my boys, my girls, and all I want to do is gack and win, I'm choosing the frost line over the HDR. Let's take this beast into the firing range and see how it does. Do I need to hip shot? Okay, there's one. See how slow it reloads. 2, 3. And even though I have the dot on the guy, nothing happens. Let's see if let's get the guy up close. You can see that the weapon recenters itself. Now aim down sight, no control of recoil. I'm not controlling the recoil. And it acts like every other sniper. The first shot is dead on. The rest will soon follow if you aim correctly. Or if you're lucky like Grandpa. Let's take this new HDR onto the field of honor. See how it did for Grandpa as he's learning to use the thing, ranking up to dark matter. Let's see what it did to Grandpa's sometimes shocked enemies, because I did use the shock stick. Let's go. All right. It's gonna be a ride. It's gonna be a long ride. First, we're going for the Red Tiger. That's 100 headshots. I think I've already got 98 of them. It was an ugly process before I got attachments to my brain. This thing ADS'd so slow. I mean, I saw a dinosaur walking by. Was that a headshot? There's one for shizzle. Faux shizzle. There it is. Red Tiger camo. All right, we're going for the Meadow Bloom and the Aurora Drip. It sounds like a kind of coffee. So we need 31 shot, which is kind of a natural thing. Enemies can't be wounded for a one shot, so that's one thing you got to keep in mind. Like, none of those were one shot kills. And we need 50 with a 4x scope. I went ahead and put on the thermal 4x. There's one perfect. And the reason being is that I decided I was going to spend a lot of time in the small map, specifically stakeout, and see that people are smoking. They're smoking. Well, don't know what they're smoking, but they're smoking. Now, I didn't necessarily see these camos flash. I just kept yakking away. Got to dodge a couple of granados there. Didn't quite dodge that one, though. So we're looking for one shot. There's a one shot. That should be a one shot there. You can kind of tell when enemies aren't wounded yet because they just spawned in, or they're just kind of camping somewhere. Or they're running to you. There's a one shot. What? Hit marker. Now, a couple of the folks that I played with on the stream, Some of them are fairly good snipers. I've never claimed to be a good sniper, but they say that this is a hit marker machine, and when you think about it, you got to go from just below your pectoral muscles or above them for a one-shot kill. Anything below that is not, and also from the elbows down, it is not a one-shot kill. As you saw in the numbers, the frost line beats that. In that, it's a one-shot kill. Now, how did I miss that? It's a one-shot kill down to the waist and down to the bottom of the hands. I mean, if your fingernails, if you forgot to clip your fingernails, then the bullet grazes that person's going down. All right, Grandpa's taking a ride on the train. Flip the spawn, which really makes me mad when people do that when I'm playing. But and that's one thing maybe you should consider when you're running, trying to get as many gacks as possible. Are you flipping the spawn and hanging your teammates out to dry? So we're just moving along with this. I'm kind of showing that you got to aim a little bit high, which is, like I said earlier, it's my natural way of playing snipers. So I do get a lot of headshots with snipers. It only took me probably about 5 or 6 games to get those 100 headshots. And this was a fairly quick sniper to get to dark matter itself. No long shots required with this one. Just mostly gacking. Of course, they're the dreaded triple kills with a sniper, but they always seem to come to pass, especially if you go on stakeout. You'll be able to get those. No sweat. We got people that didn't pay for a ticket. They had to ride on the outside of the train. So Grandpa wants to gack them. Sometimes you got to say I love you with a pistol. What is this guy doing? Well, we're still looking for the specialty camos. Probably going to have to check at the end and see if we got them. There's the people dropping smoke. You know, dropping smoke really impacts your own team. So, like I said in the introduction, unless you can see I've got one of the specialties on. I think that one's the Aurora Drip. So I must have had it by then. So if you're popping smoke, you're impacting your own team, unless you've coordinated ahead of time. Yes, the pros do pop smoke, but it's coordinated, or it's the last guy on the left alive that's going to pop it and try to do something. Maybe defuse the bomb or plant the bomb, or pretend like, fake the other team out, make them think somebody's going to plant the bomb. I don't know what happened to that guy. So you can see that once you get the thing ranked up, you're down now to a reasonable ADS, aim down sight speed, and you can quick scope with this weapon. Whoa. Now I'm just basically shooting at name tags. That's what you get with a thermal. Shock the person that drops. There's a collapse. Nope, there's the Aurora Drip right there. So I didn't have the Aurora Drip yet. So I'm just one-shotting as much as I can to get those 30. This guy here is bent over, looking out his bedroom. Probably didn't even make the bed, or was that's on the other side, isn't it? All right. We ended up with the second camo, and what I need now are the 10 double kills to get the gold. What is that guy doing? Get out of the corner there. That's a nice boat, but you think that people shooting on a boat, and it's whether it's wooden or not, you're going to end up sinking your own boat. because this isn't exactly a battleship. It's got wooden floors there. You can see probably put a few through the diesel engines, which are probably right below my feet. How do I know all this? I've been shopping for a boat. Although my boat needs a, I'm shopping for needs a paddle, it doesn't have diesel engines. Okay, so everything is completed there. That's a confirmation in terms of the specialties. So we're going to continue with the double kills in as much as we can. Guys running around now. This has become a smoker's lounge, essentially, the stakeout house. And also the cheese merchants, the shoddy bros. I'm telling you, if you can't get through this without a shoddy, rethink your whole life, I guess. Now, I'm not going to criticize guys that are going for camos, because you got to use shoddies for that, or guys that are retaliating. So if you got shoddy players on your team, there was a double, triple. If you got shoddy bros on your team, then you can expect the other team, somebody to retaliate, and I think that's all's fair with that situation. There's a collat, so that's an automatic double kill. This sniper, like I said, is not for the faint of heart. That one there looked like it was below the chest, but I'll take it. Not for the faint of heart, because you will get hit markers, but an entire rank up of this weapon to dark matter, I think I can reasonably say I got less than 5 hit markers. And also got a melee. That counts towards the double. This guy is shocked by my shock stick. Whoa, what's going on here? What is going on? A lot of times I'll switch to the tac mask. I always use the green perks, and I'll switch from tac mask to flak jacket and back again, depending on whether on the small maps, once again, people can't stop using the darn Molotov cocktails. I wouldn't drink one of them, that's for sure. I think cocktail's a misnomer. So I'll switch to flak jacket if they're being used, but if people are using, there's a double. If people are using, there's gold. There's gold. All right, so now we're done with gold. Now we need 3 times, no, actually it's 10 times 3 kills without dying. And that should be easy enough for the diamond. There's one. Ooh, bumped my head. Throw a grenade at my teammate. You know, these camos would be so much easier if you could just kill your teammates. There, I think that was 2. Whoa, 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 whoa. 3. Guy dove. So here we go, looking for that. Oh, by the way, even when I'm teamed up with guys during the streams, I don't understand why people would run by enemy ammo boxes, especially in your spawn. There's gold. Okay, so we got gold. And now we're going to continue the march for diamond. Going to stakeout for that. Just 3 without dying 10 times.
We're losing Alpha.
You can see how gold looks there. Hey, come here. Come here, you. Just need one more. There she is again. Where did she go? Slide back. Boom. And I'll take that. Trade my life for ticking the box.
Securing B. We're losing Charlie.
Boom.
Taking Alpha.
There's 1. Oh, there was a miss. 2. I think I just need one more. There we go. There's got to be one there. There's 3, and try not to eat a granado while I feed one to the enemy that's trying to take our flag there. 1, oop, 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 oop. 2, he's shot. Just need one more. Come on. Aim a little high. Oh, that was too fast. 3. All right, is that diamond yet? Make sure you capture the flag. 1. Come on. Oh, I think he was already gacked by somebody else. 2. Didn't get it. Where's this guy? 1. Is there another one there? Well, that's him. 2. 3. 1. Better reload. I'm only carrying 4 rounds for the fast mag 2. Now, once I get to the triple kills and I have to get the bloodthirsties, I'm going to go ahead and put a larger mag in there, especially with the triple kills, because 4 bullets to get a triple kill may not be enough. 1, or was that 2? I'm losing track here. We got the zombie guy. Nah, there's diamond, so that must have been 3. So now I'm looking for triple kills. There's a double. Come on, is there somebody down there? Is that a triple? I'm not sure. Does anybody know? Can you leave a comment below how many seconds you have for it to count? Looking for the triples. What am I looking for there? 1. Come on, come on. 2 more guys. 2. 1 more. I just need 1 more. 3. Not sure if that counted. I don't think it did. 1. Oh, all the jumping, chucking and jiving. 1, 2. Where's the 3rd one? That's what's frustrating. You get a sure double kill. You think you know where somebody else is, and they're not there. This is going to be my safest bet, I think. Shooting down the hallway. There's 1, 2. Come on, 1 more. Okay, by the time you see that double kill thing, I think your opportunity is gone. 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so there's a triple kill. 1. Oh no, there's Dark Spine, so those other ones must have counted. I just didn't get the triple kill flash. All right, so now we're going for our 5 gags without dying. It's not necessarily a bloodthirsty because you can get other kills in between. 2. Hang out here, sleaze my way into it. 3. So what I generally do, and I've done this for about the last 10 CODs when I've gotten dark matter or whatever the top camo is that I'll rush for the first 2. There's 4 there, so and then I'll protect the life once I have 2 gags. Oh, I shot too low and I died. Right there. So I got to 4, a little frustrating, but you only need 3. There have been some CODs where you need 20 bloodthirsties. Is that a collateral? No. So that's 1, 2. Diamond looks good on it, and you still need the thermal. Come on. Let me shoot my own guy. 3. Come on, somebody walk out there. Oh, no. 1, 2. Wait, 2, 3. That was a collat. Poor guy was going to stab Grandpa, do some elder abuse. So we got 3. Got to protect the life now. I'm going to do some sleeves in 4, 5. Okay, so there's the first bloodthirsty. Or the first 5 without dying. Oh, and there's a miss, a swing and a miss. What is this guy doing? Thinks he's going to fake out Grandpa, but his buddy did. 1. That's where the thermal helps. Oh, jeez. 2. It's one of our teammates was laying across there, and I thought, well, I don't know what I thought. I thought it was one of our teammates. Some smoke coming my way. Oh, come on, there's some smoke. Go, 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 go. 3. Come on, come on. Is that a person? Yes. 4. Oh, no, that was 5. So now we've got 2 of the 3. 5 without dying. And let's just go back to our fishing ground. Get a few mullets here. There's 1. Oh, missed. 2. 3. Come on, we'll get 2 here. Oh, I deserve to die. Sometimes you just deserve to be gacked. 1. The guy's crawling around like a worm. Get up. You ain't hurt. Oh, 2, 3. That was collateral. Oh, that's what I get. 1. Oh, what? There was one of the 5 hit markers. Okay, so there's 1. The guy was laying down in the corner of the door. 2. This guy's going to be my next victim. 3. Just need 2 more. Oh, wait. And I got that same trick. Same trick. All right. 1. He's coming to beat him, Grandpa, with a stick. 2. Oh, that was collateral, so that's 2, 3. 4. Oh. 4. Same guy. Hasn't learned his lesson. And 5. And that should be dark matter there. So there it is. Good, bad, and ugly. I love the weapon. It's not as strong as you might like it to be. It's not a introductory sniping weapon. But I enjoyed using it a lot because I aim high naturally, like I said. But tell me what you think, what your experience is with this weapon. Please like and subscribe. It helps me, helps the family. Cheers and peace to you.